Hello and welcome back to the art room. Today we're going to be having a go at using some acrylic paint to do a close-up of a flower section. This idea of doing a close-up is quite reminiscent of the artist Georgia O'Keeffe. Acrylic paint is a very flexible medium. You can water it down and build up washes like I'm doing here, just like you would do with watercolours. The main difference with acrylic paint is that once it's dry, you can't mix back into the paint and you can't blend it. So you have to make sure you do all your blending as you go. I've sketched the drawing out first so I can see where I'm going. I've also got an enlarged version so I can see it really clearly. And I'm trying to exaggerate the colours slightly. The final result should look slightly abstract because you're not going to see the whole flower. So initially you might not even realise you're looking at a flower petal. Underpainting is important with acrylics, and you can get some nice effects by going over with another layer of paint. The paint essentially dries like plastic. So if you go on with a really thick amount of paint, you won't be able to see through it. If you go on with a very thin layer, you can build up lots of layers of paint and get a really nice effect, almost like a glow. I'm trying to get a lot of contrast between the different colours and the different shades. As with any colours, when you're painting, try and get the lighter ones on first. It is a lot more difficult, for example, to put yellow on once you've got a dark colour underneath. Continue to build up your underpainting until you're satisfied. And then you can start going back over and building up some detail with some thicker paint. Make sure you always maintain your brushes when you're using acrylic paint and your paint palettes, because the paint does dry really hard like plastic. The brush will be ruined and the palette will be very difficult to use. If you want to keep your colours on your paint palette, you can always use a bit of plastic cling film over the top. Press it right down so you get rid of any air bubbles, and that will allow you to carry on painting the next time. You can see here that I've finished all my underpainting, and now I'm going back in with a finer brush, really looking closely at what I'm doing to try and build up my different areas of orange and yellow. Still watering the colour down occasionally to blend and get a nice smooth effect. Try and think about the painting as a whole. Don't focus too much on one area. And every so often, take a step back and look at your painting from a distance. Compare it to your original. Just see if you can spot any obvious mistakes. This is the final piece that's been trimmed and had all the detail added. You can see this acrylic is a very vibrant, colourful, strong paint that gives you a really strong, powerful effect. I've chosen turquoise to go around the edge just to finish my painting off. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Have a go and see what you can come up with. I'll see you back in the art room soon.